Yes, it looks like we are live. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again. Once again, we're probably one of the best ways to kick off 2020, ladies and gentlemen. The best live stream of 2020, guaranteed. Appreciate y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. Official time check, 8:34 in the p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:34 in the p.m. for everybody repping that Central, 5:34 for everybody repping that West Coast, and of course, 9:34 in the a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Wherever you guys are reporting in the world today, maraming, salamat sa lahat, and thank you guys for joining the good doc on this particular live stream today. This one's gonna be awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Doc had to start the year off with a bang. I'm sorry. So first things first, big salute to all of you guys. This is 2020, ladies and gentlemen. We made it another year, so I appreciate y'all coming through, and I appreciate you guys still being a part of the channel. Appreciate you guys still tuning in. Appreciate you guys still listening to the nonsense that I spew on a regular basis. Every now and again, I throw in some useful shit, but most of the time, I like to say the things that spark conversation. So a big salute to y'all for sticking it out with me, and I hope that this year is my best year to come. And I promise you it's going to be the best year because you guys are making it possible for me to continue to talk the nonsense that I do. So cheers to you. Take this sip, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. That's some good-ass water. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, probably about, I want to say it was last month, maybe the month prior, I did a funny satire type video wherein I said that a Filipina's love for black men is seasonal. You guys remember that, right? Basically, I was having a little fun with you guys wherein I was talking about Filipinas only love us based off of the time of the year when the NBA season is in, and whenever we're playing basketball and playing sports and stuff like that. I was having fun. It was clearly meant to be a joke. Nothing was meant to be taken seriously. I like to have fun. A lot of people said some things in that video comment section below that was to the point where they felt the joke. Some people were trying to take it a whole nother format. Again, Doc was just having fun. I want y'all to make sure y'all know that first things first. But then my boy, Eddie Jackson, got to shout you out. I'm going to call you out by name because if you actually go back to that video, you can look down in the comment section. And he was like, Doc, you should do a video entitled "A Filipina's Love for Black Men is Conditional." Now, I struggled, honestly. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I struggled to make this live stream or to put it out the way that I did, mainly because in the beginning, I was like, well, I can't really say that a Filipina's love for black men is conditional, but I could say that a Filipina's love for foreigners is conditional. But then again, after I thought about it, I said, hold up, I can't really say foreigners in general because I have my reasons. So then I went back and said, fuck it, man. We might as well say that a Filipina's love for black men is conditional. Now, this can be taken 100,000 different ways. All right. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to approach the topic. But if we're being honest and we're speaking out loud and we're having a dialogue about this, when I say that a Filipina's love for black men is conditional, what I'm saying in a joking yet undertone serious way is that most of the time that Filipinas are with African Americans. Again, this is just the dialogue. Don't take my word as bond. Don't be all serious with the shit. We're just having a dialogue, all right? I want to make sure I stress that a Filipina's love for black men is based on the fact of what they bring to the table, okay? You may think that in reference to our Caucasian counterparts, some people might think, well, black men have to bring a lot more to the table. And to an extent, I am not arguing against that. I'm not saying that we don't. I'm not saying that we do. I'm just saying that it's hard to argue against the narrative that when it comes to fellow African-American brethren, African wherever you're from, it seems like black men have to bring more to the table when it comes to dating most women outside of their own race. But we can say along the lines of Filipinas as well. Now, you can say, Doc, that's wrong. We get all the same love. Yes, I'm not saying that we don't. I'm just saying that psychologically, if I'm thinking about this out loud, I would probably go out on a limb and say, honestly, that us as African American have to bring more to the table. And I'm thinking about examples in my head. I'm going to give one specific example. And I think that this will probably trump the narrative altogether. I'm just going to say my mind. I'm going to speak my piece, and you guys can, take it how you want to. Again, not bashing my own. I got nothing but love, because this right here, it don't change, ladies and gentlemen. I was born this way. Ain't no bleaching. None of that shit going to change what I am. All right. And I'm happy about who the fuck I am, and I'm happy about where I'm from. I'm happy about my community, even though I may not fit in all the way, even though I do fit in, but I don't fit in all the way. It is who I am. All right. So let me put it to you like this. All right. When I say that a Filipina's love for black men is conditional, as I mentioned before, I feel like black men in total have to bring more to the table, whether it be possibly better finances, whether it possibly could be along the lines of, security and what they can actually bring to the table, as opposed to our Caucasian counterparts. Now, let me be 100% honest with you. The only reason, and I'm telling you this is literally my only evidence to the reason why I feel that black men have to bring more to the table. And the only reason I'm saying this, and you can hate me for it or not, but I'm being damn truthful because I know this to be true, is because a Filipina will sleep and have babies with a broke ass Caucasian male, and it won't mean shit. It'll be absolutely okay, okay? But they won't do that with us. All right? I don't see them trying to make half African-American babies or half African babies, even though we are a beautiful mix. Don't get it twisted. We are a hell of a good mix. But for the most part, a Filipino will sleep with a broke-ass Caucasian dude. And I'm not saying you guys are broke. Don't get it twisted. But I'm saying, though, they're willing to do that just to have the baby. All right? So when I say that African Americans and the love that Filipinos have for them, or the whatever you want to call it, is conditional, I'm basing that purely on the fact that we have to bring more to the table, number one. And number two, I'm saying that because they will have babies with guys that don't have the financial means, such as us, or, in a given situation, this is a hypothetical, may not bring more to the table with us. But the fact that this guy is willing, or this guy is able to produce this half-white baby with your ass, they are 100% okay with the simple fact that they gonna have babies with y'all. They gonna be cool with that. But I'll be damned if they do that with us. You understand? Now, again, that is not a knock on us. Don't get it twisted. I am not putting us down. I'm basically telling you the truth that from a conditional basis, Filipinas will have babies with broke white men, but I'd be damned that they have babies with broke black guys. Okay? That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And I'm not sitting there, again, I'm not down on my own. I'm just being honest with my people. I am not saying that you as a black man coming to the Philippines is not going to get a girl. I'm not saying that you as a black man coming to the Philippines will not find your suitable mate. I am not saying that you as a brother coming to the Philippines will not find the one that is right for you. What I am saying is, based on conditional facts, race included if you want to, but don't take it too serious. I just want this to be an open dialogue. They will sleep with a white man to have a baby purely for the baby, but it's not likely that that's going to happen with us. Don't get me wrong. There is a select few. Don't get me wrong. I know them because I've talked to them, but there is a select few young ladies out there who are really all about black men. It's there. It does exist. Whether most people want to believe it or not, whether people want to believe in that narrative or not, it is there, ladies and gentlemen, and it does exist. But they are few and far between if you compare them to the groups of individuals that are all about the Caucasian men. All right. Now, again, this isn't something for you to care about. This isn't something for you to take into 2020. This is just an open dialogue. This is just a narrative that I want to share with you guys, because shout out to my boy Eddie Jackson. I see you in the chat there. He said, Doc, I think this is worthy of a topic of conversation for you to bring to the audience. He wanted me to do a video, but I'd rather do this as a live stream because, again, if I'm going to open the dialogue, I want you guys to be able to respond with me while we're live. You understand? I don't want you to sit there and comment on the video. Maybe I see it. Maybe I don't. Maybe YouTube blocks it. Maybe YouTube doesn't. I want you to tell me how you really feel. All right? I want you to tell me how you really feel. Again, under zero Under no regard is the doc putting down his own men because of this. I want you to understand that, because people are going to think, oh, well, if doc says that a love for black men is conditional when it comes to Filipinas, this, that, the other, blah, 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 whoop-de-doo. No, I'm just saying that if you think about it in hindsight, you think about it out loud, and you think about it in the larger collective. Again, we are focusing on the larger collective, my individuals, my gentlemen. We're not talking about a chosen few girls you may have talked to. Maybe you did a survey of 5 chicks and all of them said they like black dudes. Come on, man, that doesn't count. If we're talking about the larger collective of Filipinas, ladies, this is no disrespect to you at all. This is just a dialogue that I'm sharing with my men. I'm going to go out on a limb and honestly say that the status of conditional fits more so along the lines of a relationship with an African guy, as opposed to my Caucasian or our Caucasian counterparts with the white men. Now, a lot of them are okay with the idea of half-breed babies, even if the person is not willing to take care of it. I've heard women say this shit, and it scares me. I'm thinking to myself, you're willing to go out just so that you can have this baby, half white, half Filipina, or Filipina Chinese, whatever it may be, and you will not, under any circumstances or regard, hold this man to a narrative to take care of that motherfucker. But for us, it's just a little bit different. I'm just not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it. Maybe you guys see things differently. This is the reason why we opened the dialogue, ladies and gentlemen. To be 100% honest with you, being Black American in the Philippines, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's rare. It is very rare. I can honestly count how many black guys that I've seen in the Philippines on probably 2 hands. Since I've been back this time, since I've been in the locations that I've been to, I just haven't seen this in abundance. So it's not as if, it's actually, to be honest with you, it's not as if it's even a fair comparison to an extent, because we are not seen a lot out here in this country. We're here. You have a lot of us that talk about being here in the Philippines more specifically, but we are not represented in abundance, man. There's not a lot of us here. In comparison to our counterparts, we are being dusted, my G. There are so many more of them than they are of us. So it's not necessarily a fair comparison, but if I'm being honest with my dialogue and being honest with my narrative, I'm telling you guys that I believe that maybe the conditional status put upon a relationship with that Black American and a Filipina, or a white American and a Filipina, whatever it may be, the conditional status is based on our level of connectivity, our level of accessibility. That's the word I want to use. Accessibility is based on our level of accessibility, simply because we're not as accessible as our counterparts are. We're here. All right, we're here, but we're not here like everybody else is. So I want to make sure that I do put that in reference to the dialogue that I'm sharing with you guys today. This is 2020. Big salute to all of you guys for coming through and showing love to the good doc. I'm going to get to the chat in a minute. I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot to say, but I'm going to toast to you guys real quick and thank you guys for still being a part of the team. Again, 24 watching. I appreciate all y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc, man. 24 watching. I better be seeing them likes too, man. Make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support the good doc in his endeavors in 2020, please feel free to do so. But of course, he is happy that you come through and spend a little bit of time with him today. Cheers to you, my friends. Some bomb-ass water, bro. Shout out to the homie Eddie Jackson. What's good? He said the good doc's back in the house 2020. Always, man. Always. My boy Leo Faison was good with you. Definitely a good topic to set off the new decade. Appreciate y'all coming through. My man Mr. Berserk says he's seen it and he's not lying. See, there are people who can corroborate, or people who can actually back up my narrative. I'm not the only one who's coming out the gate saying shit like this. This is not a topic of conversation that has not been had before. Maybe I have not had it, but I'm being honest with my people. I'm being honest with my audience, and I'm being honest with those that are just like me, who share the same pigmentation as myself, that in hindsight, if we're looking at this 2020, if we're being honest with ourselves and we're talking about the relationships that we have with Filipinas and probably the relationships that our counterparts have with Filipinas, it definitely seems to be just a tad bit different, okay? I'm not saying that we get less love, okay? I'm not saying that they love us any less. All right. I'm not saying anywhere near that. I'm not saying that we don't get our play, not saying that we don't get our love. I'm just saying in reference to the relationships that we have with the Filipinos that we have them with. Sometimes you may say that the love of Filipinos love is conditional for black men or more conditional than it is for white men. As I am saying this, I am saying that I personally feel that us as African Americans, whether it is said or not said, I feel like us as African Americans, we have to bring more to the table. I'm feeling that. That's just me. I'm not saying that we get less love. I'm just saying that we kind of have to have our shit together. That's the operative word. We have to come to the table with our shit together. We can't come to the table dusty, crusty, musty, and all of the above. Okay, that shit's just not going to work for us. We're not going to be able to get away with that. In hindsight, I feel like there probably is a higher expectation for us as black men when it comes to us dating women in the Philippines. I feel like they're undertoned. Now, again, this may be said, this may not be said, but I feel like thinking about it out loud, thinking about it in hindsight, there is a higher expectation for us as African Americans, brethren coming to the Philippines and what we're choosing to do. And in hindsight, I expect more from us anyways. I don't give a fuck what you say. Whether there is an expectation or not, I expect more from my people when we come. Because when we come to the Philippines, we have to have our shit together. All right, we can't bring that same narrative that we bring, that comes with being from the community that we are from. We can't bring that same mentality to the Philippines anyway. So in hindsight, I expect more from us. So it's not surprising that Filipinos probably expect more from us as well. Probably 10 times more than our Caucasian counterparts. Is it a bad thing? No. I think to an extent it keeps us on our P's and Q's. It keeps us on top of our game. Now, a lot of people may take that differently, the way that I'm saying it. People be like, oh, man, well, these hoes ain't got the right to expect nothing from us. We're coming here doing this for them, that, the other. No. I don't want to hear that type of talk. Don't want to hear that type of narrative. I'm specifically saying that us as African-American men, when we come to the Philippines, A, we got to have our shit together. B, we got to come to the table with a whole lot more in reference to how we carry ourselves and how we represent our culture. That's me personally. I feel like we have got to be the ones to represent our culture the best. I'm not saying that in every culture, us as African Americans have the best. How can I say this? I'm not saying that us, as far as our culture is concerned, that we have the best viewpoint around the world. Not everybody looks at African Americans and say, oh, I want to be like them, or oh, they're the coolest. Some people don't see parts of our culture as the greatest part. I feel like when we come to the table, we just have to bring the best parts of our culture to the country in which we're going to. That's it. That's it. When I say be on your P's and Q's, I'm saying, boy, you better step your game up. I'm saying that you guys have got to be, you got to be the top tier. You have got to be the best representatives of our community, because we know what our community has to offer. And sometimes it's not always the best. Okay, let's keep it 100. Sometimes our community don't offer the best groups of individuals. So when we come to other countries, foreign countries, most of us that can't afford the travel, we've saved up for it. We're successful enough to be able to do it. We represent what I would like to call Black success. So when we come to the country, we have to ooze that Black success and show them that not all of what you see on television is representation of our culture, representation of where we come from. You understand? That's all I'm saying. So when I say come to the table and bring your A game and be the best person that you possibly can be, I'm telling you to do that because it's a necessity. Because then what's going to happen? The minute you start allowing brothers from, the Ebonics walk of life and, other people coming into the country, they're going to start saying, well, damn, this is what we expect from them. This is what we expect from them. This is what we expect from these Black people. This is what I've seen about Black people on TV, so this is what we expect from them. Fuck that shit. We have got to be the best representation of ourselves. That's it. If I'm saying anything wrong, please tell me why I am wrong in my analysis of the way that we have to present ourselves as African Americans and bringing the best part of our culture to the Philippines. Trust me, there are Filipinos who love Black guys. A lot of them do. A lot of them do. For what reason? They like us for 100 different reasons. I don't know. It could be any number of reasons. But the reason that they like us is because at the end of the day, the people who are coming to the country, the people I like to believe that are coming to the Philippines, are the best representation of our culture, the best representation of our people. I need you to be that. I need you to be that. I need you guys to be the best representation of our people. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am still part of you. I didn't grow up. I did not grow up. I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, man. Doc grew up middle class dude. Grew up in a neighborhood, African American neighborhood. I didn't grow up in the hood. Trust me, I grew up around a whole bunch of old black people. You understand? I stayed with my grandma for a majority of my lifetime until I graduated high school. Then I moved with my father to live in the Philippines. So again, I'm not saying that I grew up in the suburbs and none of that nonsense. I didn't have that luxury. I just knew that I couldn't fuck with people like this. This was not me. This was not who I was. I didn't smoke. I told y'all that. I drink barely. At the end of the day, I am who I am. And I feel like when I come to the Philippines or wherever I go in the world, we have got to be the best representation of ourselves. The absolute best. We got to be on our best behavior, man. I'm not saying that black people don't go to other countries and fuck it up, but I guarantee we're not the ones on the news channel all the damn time getting in trouble for some illegal activity. That's just what I'm saying. It's not us getting in trouble. So I would like to believe that the best people are the people that are coming to the country that represent us are of the better quality of our community. Not saying that it is, but I'm saying that when it comes to watching the news channel, it's very rare that you see us get in trouble. But if we're going back on topic and we're getting back on task, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that a Filipino's love for black men is conditional, is because, honestly, I feel they expect more from us. Take it how you want to, bro. Take it how you feel. I'm not here to tell you how to do you. I'm just telling you what I believe to be accurate in reference to a guy that's lived in the country for 10 fucking years of his life and who could possibly tell you something that he believes to be accurate as a representative of our culture. They fuck with us, and they fuck with us heavy. They fuck with us heavy. MD, I'm going to get to who deleted your comment, man. I don't think nobody did, but I'll get to it in a minute. But again, that's just what I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to be the best representation of us. All right? They expect that. Don't give them that negative aspect that, to be honest, man, don't come to, the one thing I can't stand, though, I used to do it, though, man. I used to sag, man. I used to think that shit was so cool when I was fucking 13. Don't be no fucking 29, 49-year-old man busting a mean sag in the Philippines. You look stupid as shit. Don't be showing your ass, man. I'm sorry. I see that shit a lot when I'm back home, man. I don't need to see that shit in the Philippines, bro. Let them do that. If they believe that that is representative of our culture, and they believe that that's what they believe to be the coolest part of our culture, so be it. All right, let them do that. Don't you fall into the narrative, or don't you fall into the rhetoric that is basically thought of when it comes to our culture. Everybody thinks that all black people sag their pants down the back of their ass and they wear oversized clothing. Yes, that was cool when I was 13 years old. That was me when I was 13 years old. You remember Lean With It, Rock With It? Remember them tracks? That was cool when that was in. The oversized 4XL white tees and shit. That shit is way out of style now, man. That shit is way out of style. All right? But also, I want to share with you this one. Because this is something that is verbatim from a young lady. I heard it from her mouth. And I was like, this is actually kind of sort of true. She was like, and this is behind the scenes, guys. This isn't something I'm going to post the messages of, because it's nothing that needs to be spoke about other than me translating and bringing it to the table and bringing it to the team. There was a young lady that had a conversation with me the other day, and she was explaining to me why she kind of had not a fascination, but a like for African-American men. And one of the first things that she says is because she believes that African-American men put out the alpha male characteristics that she finds to be attractive in a man. So basically, she was saying that when it comes to black men, she kind of sees most black men as very alpha male, and she's kind of big on swag and shit like that. You know, she's like, I like that about these guys. And I'm like, I can understand that. And that's kind of what I've been hearing a lot lately in reference to why some Filipinas are choosing to date black men. Again, they're not turning down any other race of guys. So don't get your panties in your bunch and all that shit. Don't pull them shits up your ass like you're wearing a thong. Relax. All right. So what I'm saying is, she was basically telling me the reasons why she liked black men, and she was talking about, like I said, the alpha male traits that many of us, have. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, I can respect that. I mean, that's pretty cool. And I'm glad that she said it to me. And but she did also say that sometimes she was mad. She wasn't mad, but sometimes she says that black men have a tendency to say some things that are offensive. Like, I don't know. She didn't get into details about it. I didn't ask her. I probably should have. But she did say that to an extent that black men have a tendency to, although have this swag and all of this stuff that she likes, sometimes because they don't know the culture, of course, they have a tendency to say some things that she may find offensive. And I can understand that. I mean, I probably said some things that will probably make a Filipino feel uncomfortable, but that was back in the day. It's going to take time for us to be able to understand the culture. It's not something that comes overnight with anybody. And I believe that that's the particular narrative that I want to share with you guys, because I want you to understand that out here in the Philippines, we're liked. Matter of fact, we're loved. But we can do some things that could fuck it up for us. Okay? We could do a lot of things that could actually mess it up. And I think that we have to take everything into consideration, the way that we share dialogue with certain individuals, especially when it comes to the way that we share dialogue with other Filipinos. I've grown up in a culture where saying the N-word is like second nature. You understand? If people say that shit all the time, I mean, I can't go minutes, maybe even seconds without actually hearing the word. So you hear it on a daily basis. It's not something that you're going to use in day-to-day conversations with Filipinos unless you want them to believe that the actual use of the word is okay. And it's not. It's truly not. A lot of us will definitely get in our feelings if we hear them say it. So I feel like as a man, I shouldn't be the one saying it around them. Because then again, I'm over here perpetuating the narrative that it's okay to use the N-word when it's not. All right. Oh, you don't, hey, Lawrence, you don't know what LBFM stands for? I'm not going to say it, but y'all tell them what it is. Let me say what's up to my people, man. 31 in the building. I appreciate y'all coming through. Rob 100, appreciate you coming through, bro. Urban, what's going on? He says, based on the title thought, he said, I thought your girl left you. Shit, she ain't going nowhere, man. That's my squad, B. My girl ain't going nowhere. As far as I know, we're on great terms. So, yeah. She's not going anywhere. I make these titles because you motherfuckers give me the titles to make sometimes. All right. My man, Mr. Berserk, says, I dress and ride cheap, so nobody knows my pockets are deep. It also helps that I am black. It's a beautiful thing to be black. Hell, I love being black because everybody thinks I'm broke. You know how cool it is when everybody thinks you're broke? That means I could ride around in my flip-flops and shit and be comfortable. I don't have to worry about shit. I don't have to worry about nobody pocket checking or pocket watching me. Everybody thinks I'm broke anyways. I love the idea that everybody thinks that I'm broke in the Philippines. That makes my life so much easier. Shout out to my boy Rob. I appreciate you coming through, my boy Rob exclusive. My man Daniel Tanner was good. MD says, I wouldn't care about the ones who don't want to have kids by black men. I'd focus more on the ones who do. I agree. My man says, I had a Chinese girl that had a fetish for black men, and it is a lucky find. Those don't come around where? Those don't come around a lot. Shout out. Stop. All right, Lawrence, I'm going to get you. 1 second. I'm going to type it in. This is what I believe it to be. All right. So, bro, that's what LBFM stands for. That's what they taught me. That's what it meant. But anyways, Urban says, not a knock on black men either, but the girls who specifically want black men there seem to have a fetish, if anything. Hey, like I said, man, there's no wrong answer with what we're talking about. This is just a dialogue and this is just a narrative, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that I want us to be able to talk about out loud. I could care less if you're black. I could care less if you're white. This is something that I feel is just the truth. And my man says it's not a knock. He says it seems that they have a fetish, if anything. Some girls genuinely do have a thing for black men because we are a rare find in the Philippines. Whatever reason it is that they like us, whatever it is that we tickle the pickle, whatever it may be, just accept it. You know, sometimes they like us, sometimes they don't. I mean, it is. Shout out to my boy Charles Jermaine. Appreciate you coming through. My man Rob says the Filipina can like or love a black man, but she respects the white man. It's a big difference. All right. He says fetish for black men, more like they see white men as a meal ticket of poverty because of social conditioning and product of colonialization. That's always a topic of conversation. I don't want to get into it. I'm speaking on it from the black man's narrative, and that's just me. If you want to get into colonialization, the Spanish colony, and how the white guys and all this shit did that and the other, hey, that's a whole different can of worms. I'm speaking on it from what we can do as African Americans in the country, okay? So we can go out on a limb and say a Filipina's love for black men is conditional. The reason why I say it is conditional is because there is an expectation from more of us. There's a higher expectation from us than there is probably from our counterparts. Whether you agree or disagree, that's why we have this conversation, people. That's why we do the live streams, people. And I see I got 33 in the building, man. 32. Somebody better give me a like to dislike counter because I'm pretty sure some people don't like this one. Guarantee somebody don't like this one. But yo, give me the like dislike counter real quick. I appreciate you guys getting the likes up on the video. Make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it. Most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through. Spend a little bit of time with him today. Now on then, if you guys want to get your copy of the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, all of my ebooks, all of the above should be listed in a link in the description area below. It should be down there. Sometimes they post it, sometimes they don't. But yeah, man, support the good doc, man. It's 2020, man. We're trying to do big things this year. I ain't gonna be able to do it by myself, people. I ain't gonna be able to do it by myself. MD says a lot of Filipinos are doing their best to whiten their skin complexion, so it is not a surprise. My man Kim Jong Barack was good. He says, why does it always have to be a fetish when she's into black people? I don't know. Some people like to see. Here's the thing, and I've learned this over time. Okay, this is the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Fight a stack of Bibles, I swear on it. I kind of feel like some people need to justify a reason why a woman likes a person of a certain skin pigmentation. I've learned that over time. It feels like there has to be a justification as to why somebody likes a black guy, or why somebody likes a white guy, why somebody likes an Indian guy, why somebody likes a Middle Eastern guy. There has to be some reason why they like this guy. They can't just like him because they like him. Maybe it's a fetish. Maybe, oh, they're just going through a phase. Oh, they're just doing this. It happens all the time. There is always a reason why people try to justify the reasons why people like people of certain skin pigmentations. It can't just be because they like them. No. That's too easy. There has to be a justification for the reason why this person likes this person. You'll start to pick that up the longer you're here, for sure. My man Lawrence McGee says, I get a lot of play from Filipinas. They use white men, but they call black men kuya. Hey, man, I'm not getting into that one, but y'all know what the game is. My man Kim Jong Barack says, when she likes black men, she's attracted to him physically. When she likes white men, it's usually financial. Y'all do that one. I'm gonna let y'all play with that one. Y'all do what y'all want to with that one. Some people just like black men. Okay, that's not a problem. It's not a problem, people. It's okay to like who you like, and here's the issue that I'm struggling with, and you guys are gonna feel me with this one. Sometimes I kind of feel like it is hard for Filipinos to be able to share their true feelings about certain people for fear of being judged. It happens so often. There's always a fear of judgment. Why do you think Filipinos are very mum when it comes to certain things? They don't come out the gate and say that they like maybe a certain type of guy because they feel the threat of backlash from other races of men. You know what? I'm going to use her name. Look at the girl, Kinstinity. I forgot how to pronounce her name. But look at her. I'm going to use her as an example. Fuck it. I've already done a video on her, so that's late. Y'all know what the game is. So I'm going to use her name. The only name I'm going to say in this video, okay? Look at her. She has been open and adamant about her feelings towards African-American men or African men or black men in general, okay? She's been adamant about it. Whether you agree with her, disagree with her, whether you believe her or don't believe her, that is not what we're talking about here. My thing is she's made YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video about her love for a specific type of guy. When you share in a particular narrative, or you kind of position yourself in this small box where you're saying, look, this is what I fuck with, this is what I like, this is it for me, everybody outside of that box ain't gonna be happy with that. There's always going to be an excuse for the reason why she does what she does. There's always going to be an excuse like, man, she's just fucking with y'all. She don't really believe that shit. She's doing this for this reason. She's doing it for that reason. It's like this. It's like that. There's always going to be people outside of that circle, outside of that box. The people outside of the box are always going to be the ones that are going to be talking that shit about why she likes a certain type of guy, even if she just openly says, that's just who I fuck with. Right? Even if she openly tells you that's just who I like, it's not okay for everybody. I know a young lady specifically, y'all know her too. She's come out and openly said that she only dates black guys, but everybody who ain't black has a problem with it. But let a Filipina say, I only date white guys. We don't have the right to say shit about it. It's just the norm. You understand? It's just the norm. It's okay. It is 100,000% okay for a Filipina to express their love for white men. And nobody has the right to say anything about it then. But let them express their love for a man that's outside of that particular race. And it seems as though there has to be a reason why she's doing that. There has to be something wrong with her for the reason why she's choosing to date the black guy or a POC, a person of color. I don't get it, but it seems to be that's the way that it is. There has to be something wrong with the young lady if she chooses to date somebody outside of her own. I don't know, man. It happens, but it's true. It's the truth. And I want you guys to be open and honest with yourselves when it comes to things like this, because not everybody is going to be on the same page or the same accord. There's always going to be a reason why Filipinas like a person of color, regardless of whatever reason you want it to be, which brings me back to the topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen. A Filipina's love for black men is conditional. It has to be conditional. There has to be a specific reason why this lady is with a black guy. There has to be a specific reason why my young lady chose me over all the guys she could have been with. There has to be a reason. She's not with me because she wants to be with me. She's with me because of some reason that is manufactured by people who are outside of our relationship. She ain't fucking with me because I just so happen to be a nice guy. We just so happen to go to college together. We had classes together. We were friends for 3 years before we started dating. It can't be any other reason other than the fact, well, she's just with him because that black guy got some money. Motherfucker, when we met, I was broke. I had shit to my name. I was receiving an effing allowance from my father, okay? I was getting an allowance that was really small, okay? So trust me, it wasn't for the money, people. It wasn't for the money, all right? So it's just, this narrative is just different sometimes. You understand? There has to be a specific reason why certain people like people for certain reasons. And everybody's reasoning is going to be different, okay? That's just the truth. And I want you guys to be okay with sharing in the narrative and having the dialogue, people. Shout out to my boy Jamal. I see you, Playboy. Look, when we open up this dialogue, everybody is okay to share what they feel. Nobody should be feeling like they have to be alienated from their own comments. You guys can agree to disagree with what everybody said in the comments. That's okay. But I don't want nobody to come down hard on anybody, okay? This is the reason why we do what we do. This is the reason why we do what we do. Shout out to my boy Earl Owens. Lawrence says black excellence is what people want. All right, my man. Eddie Jackson said the good die drop it facts. Truth be told, not all of the Filipinos just want, not just Filipinas, but all women's love is conditional. Women's love always based on what you can do for her. Women are all about the benefits. My man Lauren, my man Curtis Pearson, what's good with you, bro? Reggie Dollars, appreciate you coming through. My man Charles says there's no dynamics I see where a multitude of African Americans come through to change the Filipino mindset. No way. There's not enough of us to come through and change the mindset. Not enough of us have the money to come through and to compete with our counterparts. We can't compete in numbers. Hell no, we can't compete. We cannot compete abroad when it comes to the numbers. And that's okay. That's fine. That y'all have to look at it from a different lens, people. It's okay that we can't compete by the numbers. We just have to compete with what we got. We just have to be the best representation of our people. That's it. That's the best we could do. It doesn't have to be in numbers. We don't have to come in droves. We just so happen to be the ones that they are exposed to, and we have to be the best version of ourselves that we possibly could be. MD, I don't know who deleted your comment. I didn't even see your comment, bro. It didn't even tell me it was gone. I didn't even see it post up. My man, Mr. Berserk says, most Asians only know blacks from television, movies, sports, music. It's true. Much of it, at least, the past has been overall negative. Facts. So we have to change that, man. Earl Owen says it represents jail culture. I told you, man, we have to come through and change the narrative. We have to show people that we are not the majority when it comes to the representation of our culture. Malcolm, I'm glad that you never did wear your clothes in that fashion. I did. I was 13 and I thought the shit was cool. I'll never do that shit again when I saw how nasty that shit was. Just bad, bro. My man Lawrence says Filipinos love the way we dress. They love the way we dance. They love the way we talk our music. They even fry chicken like us. MD says saggy pants is one of my pet peeves. Like people who represent us well. Like people who represent us well overseas. My man Kim Jong says Black Americans that travel overseas are not the ones that fit the black stereotype. True. You can't get a passport with a criminal history or child support, etc. True, motherfucking true. Yes, the people who are able to travel represent the best of our culture, normally. Sometimes you got some people who slip through the cracks. I'm not going to lie. We got some of our very own that slip through the cracks that fuck it up for everybody. But for the most part, the majority of us are basically how can I say this? The majority of us are basically representing the best parts of our own. Yeah, but we are far from the stereotypical. I give you that. My man Charles says, I think that Africa is on the come up. Also, Brazil, they have the youngest city population and they are getting a lot of retirement people as well. Malcolm says it's sad when all the cultures do it following a lot of younger generations who do it. It sucks, but it is. He says, as we African Americans did not come up with. My man Malcolm says, I don't co-sign for everyone in my culture for bad behavior and attitude. True that. My boy Rob, I see my boy Rob exclusive. What's good with you, bro? My man Tino, what's good with you, man? Yeah, we had to put him on. My man Jermaine Wells. Julian says, no matter how much swag you have, black men will always be bottom shelf guys in Asia. It is whites, light-skinned Hispanics, Turks, Arabs, Indians, other Asians, and then finally blacks. Wow! Wow, 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 wow. Why am I not surprised to hear a comment like that? All right, fuck what y'all say. Let's talk to my boy real quick. My man Julian. Julian, you are very much entitled to your comment. It will not be deleted. It will stay where it is because you are sharing in what you believe to be accurate and what you believe to be true. All right. I'm going to handle this probably a whole lot better than my gentleman will because I'm pretty sure they go for the throat. But I'm going to put it to you like this, my G. You are entitled to your opinion. If you believe that every other race comes before black men, I'm going to be honest in my assessment, and I'm going to have to say that you are sadly mistaken. Okay? If you honestly believe that the Turks and the Arabs and all of them come before black men, you must have not lived in the Philippines at all. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you believe that any race outside of your Caucasian counterparts comes second to outside of white men, if you think that black men come second to none to anybody else, that's gonna have to be a sad mistake in my book. And the only reason that I put white men above every other race when it comes to preferential treatment in the Philippines is because it's true. It's not as if I'm putting my own men down. It's not as if I'm putting my own race down. I'm just being honest with my own assessment after living in the country for as long as I have. I'm telling you the truth. White guys are preferential in the country. It's the truth. If we're talking about the majority, yes, white guys have preferential treatment. But I'd be damned if you put any other race above us. You might have a point with the Asians, but we're talking about Japanese, we're talking about Chinese, we're talking about the guys who bring money to the table. We're talking, okay, if you talk about K-pop, okay, maybe that too. But if you put any other race equivalent to us above that, I'm gonna have to say, my G, you're probably stretching it just a little bit. I'm gonna have to tell you, you're probably stretching it just a little bit. If you put us at the bottom shelf, with the way basketball is ran in the country, with the way that they love basketball and sports that are predominantly dominated by black people, and we're at the bottom shelf, I'm going to have to tell you that I honestly cannot agree with that. You are entitled to your opinion. That is the reason why the Dr. Mike TV channel exists. My job is not to down you. I'm not going to roast you. I'm not going to talk shit about you, and I'm not going to down your opinion because everybody's entitled to have one. But what I will say is this. If you think for 1 second that we come at the bottom of the barrel in the country, then I believe that, my friend, you are sadly mistaken. And this is probably a comment of either somebody trying to troll the channel or somebody who's never been to the Philippines. And if you have, and you can honestly show proof, and you can validate that proof by saying that these gentlemen come before us, please validate your answer. Show me your evidence, please. Please do. Show me where we come at the bottom of the barrel, below them. And then I promise you, I'll show you some evidence that'll prove you quite the opposite. That's just the way that this channel goes. I want you to show me where you believe this to be absolutely accurate so that we can talk about it. We can share the dialogue. Share with me why you believe this to be true. Show me the evidence that proves this to be true. And then I can probably show you the evidence of why I don't believe that's going to be, that's not how this game works. All right. My man Charles says, I only said it because Black Americans do not come with an acronym. Oh yeah, we just black, bro. We don't have no acronym. Oh, what do they? Yeah, what do they call? They call them? What do they call them? AFAMs, AFABs. What's that shit mean again? AFAM. I know that means something. Oh, an American foreigner in Manila or some shit like that. What is that? AFAM. I know that acronym. I forgot. Some girl taught me that shit. I don't know what it means. Some shit like that. Anyways, MD says you should have made a video with this topic. I think you'd get a lot of views with this one. It's controversial. Yeah. Maybe what I'll do is I'll cut the best parts of this particular live stream and make it into a video because I've had greater talking points than I probably would have in the video. Okay? That's true. I'll have better talking points here than I would in the video. So all I got to do is just cut and paste the live stream. It'll be all right. Problem is sometimes are only with you because of fetish. Yeah. Charles says, we are saying that the local Filipina, there is different between a foreigner. I assume that they say we are all foreigners. Depends. My man MD says, I didn't think we had acronyms for that. He said, I always say that Filipinos are, well, it's almost the same thing, bro. My man Malcolm says, sounds one-sided, liking someone for one physical or financial reasons, kind of effed up. Some folks use each other for certain gains. True. My man Charles says, Filipinos outside of Philippines are all over black men, go to hip-hop clubs mostly. Damn, Julian, whatever you said got deleted by the Google moderator, my G. My bad. You probably said something that shit didn't like, though. But I didn't delete your comment, and nobody deleted it. There's a thing that's telling me that Google moderator team deleted it. So whatever you had to say, my dude, you might have to try to clean it up and then re-express yourself, okay? My man Charles says, Dr. Mike, you can say that about any foreigner. That there is a specific reason. That's true. It is. But it's almost as if there has to be a reason other than the fact that they just have love for this particular type of person. It has to be a fetish or something like that. I don't believe that to be true. It's not always a fetish thing, but the fact that you may come across somebody who is rare, somebody that you may not come across often in the country, that could definitely be the reason why this person is choosing to date this person who may A, be outside of their own race, and B, be topically different than somebody else. Be different than somebody else, man. So now James Tony wants to be a dick too. I lived here, motherfucker. That's my evidence for you. What other evidence do you need? Have you been to the Philippines? Have you lived there 10 years, my G? I speak from fucking personal experiences. Number one, I've already put the top tier motherfucker where it's supposed to be at. It's not as if I'm arguing the narrative that black men are above anybody else. What other evidence do you need me to prove? What other evidence do you need me to prove? Talk about provide evidence and shut up. This nigga here want to get his ass kicked. Or at least get booted from this show. Because he don't know who... Dude, slow your roll, man. Slow your roll. You're talking about repeated conjecture. Tell me your evidence and please share with me, and I'll share you my own. I've already put it in order where you guys are put above everybody else. So what other evidence do I need to prove than that? Oh. Then I rephrased. Dude, is Julian even here anymore? Oh, there he goes. I'm sorry. James, my apologies, my dude. It just said at me. I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry. All right, I need to get off this stream because clearly my judgment is all messed up. James, much love to you, brother. My bad. I don't know. See, because I'm trying to figure out where I'm trying to figure out where the divide is. You understand? I'm trying to figure out where the divide is. So, James, that was my bad. I didn't know that you were not talking to me. So I take full credit for that one. My bad. My man Malcolm says, I believe an individual only being with someone for only financial purposes is doomed to fail. If she has a fetish for you, guarantee she will love you long time. You stupid, man. Let me see. My man Mr. Berserk says a guy at my job is spending $1,600 to his Filipino girlfriend. He fits the statistic. I'm not doing that one. We know what that stat is. My man Malcolm says a guy sends money to someone who doesn't ask is scamming himself. True. Mr. Berserk says East Asian, Southeast Asian women are not fond of Indians. Like I said, T said, okay, so Julian Asians, I'm even Pakistanians come before black. This motherfucker done lost his mind. Stop, Julian, brother. Okay. Now I feel like this is a troll job, man. Man, this is a troll job. Did this man? I'm sorry, Julian. I'm sorry, bro, but you tripping. This man, and maybe you'll correct yourself in the comments to come. But time out, my dude. You said Turks and Arabs are Caucasians. Even Pakistanis come before black men. Dude. That shit's funny to me. Dude, that's funny to me. This man said that even Turks, Arabs, and Pakistanis come before black men in the Philippines. That's laughable, my dude. I'm sorry, bruh. That shit laughable to me, but I'm gonna let you have that one. You say whatever you want to. He says, as I said, no one cares about swag or basketball when it comes to breeding and marriage, separate issues. And like I said, okay, now in Julian's defense, you're right. Okay, in Julian's defense. Okay, let me do this right. Because in his defense, what he said was nobody cares about swag or basketball when it comes to breeding and marriage. What I'm saying is, if you want to know what attracts some Filipinas to African American men, it is their ability to be able to play certain sports. I said that shit jokingly. Now, when it comes to breeding and marriage, I'm not going to say that you're not in the wrong. What did I say in the beginning? We have got to bring more to the table than our Caucasian counterparts. I'm not sure if you were actually there when I said it, but what did I say? I said specifically that I feel that Black men have to bring more to the table than our counterparts, being Caucasian, simply because they expect more from us. That high expectation just allows us to be on our A game. Yes, they can have babies and breed with white guys without them bringing more to the table than their fucking sperm, if that's what they choose to do. And I don't see us as Black men being allowed to do that. I don't see women seeking us out just to have our seed in order to produce a child. That's not something that's regular. With white guys, all right, man, they love them half-breed babies. They love them to death. Not saying that Black doesn't make a great mix as well. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we're not going to be able to just come into the country, breed with a bitch, and then leave. You know what I'm saying? And then that brings up another topic of conversation that I'm not going to get into because this is not what it's about. But the fact that you breed and leave children behind, that's a whole nother topic of conversation. Again, Black guys do it too. So that's why we can't speak on it. But again, there are a lot of mixed breed children that are left behind. And I do believe that to an extent, most of them are Caucasian and Filipina only because a Filipina will sleep with a white guy just to have that mixed breed baby, just to have that child that she could parade around her fucking barangay and act as if, look at me and my special child, because my special child has white in her and she's able to look a certain kind of way. Maybe she got blonde hair and blue eyes, but fuck, I don't know. You understand? So again, it's okay. It's okay. I expect that. I just believe that actually they expect more from Black men. It's not a bad thing to expect more from us. Julian, now you talking out the side of your ass, man. I'm gonna have to let you do that troll job. Now I think you talking out the side of your neck. But if you believe that to be true, do you, man? I'm not, dude. We just Black people, man. You talking out the side of your neck with that one. But my man James says, did you struggle with your girlfriend's parents because you were Black? James, great question. I'm sorry, man. No, I didn't. I was just a Black guy. It was different. I mean, they struggled more because they had to speak in English with me, but that was it. It wasn't so much the fact that I was Black, but I was different. All right. And trust me, I wouldn't be surprised if her parents would have been happier with her with a white guy. Tell me what Filipino parents wouldn't want their child to date the white guy, because the white guy is the financial white knight, people. We know that. So I wouldn't be surprised. Julian, I don't disagree with you, man. I just don't agree with your approach to the topic of conversation. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a better way of going about it than the way that you are. I'm not disagreeing with you. Matter of fact, some points that you did say I agreed with. So this isn't a support channel for Black people. I have a very, very wide range of audience. It just so happens that this topic is more related to me and my own than probably everybody could be able to relate to, including you. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. My man Michael says, one problem is thinking all men and women are the same, perfect, which I hope, folks, is far from the truth. My man says, from my experience living in Asia for 10 years, I will have to say Julian is wrong. I'm saying, though, like I said, I live here. It would be different if this man could back up his story with truthful evidence of actually living in the country. It's easy to say some shit, but I want you to be able to tell me how and why you believe this to be true. If you've lived here, please let me know. If you shared any time in the Philippines, please let me know. That's all I want to know. Yeah, that's funny though. He said, okay, so Julian said that he was wrong about Blacks coming before Indians, but not before Pakistani and Arabs and all of the above. Shout out to all of my brethren who are from those particular backgrounds. But if you want to know the truth, Julian, I'm sorry, my dude, I can't agree with that. And that's just the truth. Ain't nobody mad at you for sharing an opinion. That's what I expect from you. That's what I expect from the majority of people. I'm just saying that I can't personally agree with that. The fact that you would put all of them above us, nah. I'm telling you the true hierarchy, my G. And this is hard to debate. If you've lived here, you could not debate this. It goes white guys for sure, and that's any race, Australian, British, whatever, white, Canadian, whatever you want to see. all of the above, correct. Then after that, it's black and Asian. And when I speak Asian, I'm talking Japanese, Chinese, Korean. Those guys, they have a fair claim as the top two, number two. They have a fair argument with that. And then of course, Black American. Outside of that, man, you can throw those numbers any way you want to, man. James Tony, I know, I apologize for that one. MD, I don't know what comments you're leaving, bro, because they're not showing up here, man. But Google is getting at y'all, man. Anyways, this must have been a trigger topic of conversation. Maybe in 2020, Google isn't allowing anything to be said. So I need y'all motherfuckers to be on y'all best behavior before they end up flagging my channel for y'all nonsense, okay? Y'all might want to be careful with the way y'all leave content and leave comments here, because people are starting to really get in their feelings, man, for sure. But hey, everybody's entitled to an opinion. I made this particular live stream for the sole purpose of being able to allow people to speak their mind. And I knew that there were going to be some people who were going to say some things like this. So it's okay. Allow it to happen. Share in the dialogue. Agree to disagree. It's fine. But I do see 41 people in this bitch. And I don't know what my like to dislike counter is. Somebody better get me hip to that game. Why y'all sitting there? Why y'all sitting there getting mad and riled up? Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up on this video, all right? Make sure y'all caress, molest, and distress it. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. All right? It is what it is, man. 2020 is getting on and popping, man. I didn't know that y'all was going to be so riled up. Let the boy Julius speak his mind. Ain't nobody mad at the boy. Let that man speak his mind. It's okay. Sharing the dialogue. You don't have to get angry or triggered. Just let it be what it's going to be, man. This is a channel that is made for this shit, okay? This is what this channel is made for. Everybody's supposed to have an opinion. Sometimes y'all don't agree with me. But it was funny, though. He said, yo, this is a channel that is catered to black guys anyways. This is a black guy meeting place. So I expect this. I thought that was pretty clever, though, man. I like the way you said that shit. I thought that was pretty funny. Because I knew he was going to get y'all motherfuckers with that one. But again, I don't think that you guys should pay too much attention to it. Again, guys, get the likes up on the video. Caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. Yo, give the boy his respect. He came in here in hostile territory and spoke his mind. All right? So, hey, I'm not mad at him. Lawrence McGee, you don't want to know what's in the cup, bro. Anyways, let me read the rest of these comments. Yeah, you guys are being flagged by Google. Google is taking y'all away. Most of these comments are being either retracted by yourselves or Google is getting them. So don't get mad at me. My man Craig Brown, he says, the way I see it, everybody gets women. Yes, everybody gets women, man. You're right. He says, if you want a woman and she's available, right? So why does color matter when women love men? Okay, period. If white more popular, who cares? Craig, I don't disagree. I truly don't. I open up the dialogue to share the narrative. That's it. That's all I do. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's going to say what they're going to say. That's the reason why we have these live streams, man. And you guys take it to the limits, man. I fucks with y'all. Y'all go hard for no reason at all. Like I said, Malcolm, let that man have his opinion. I actually respect it. I truly have nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong with what he's saying, except the fact that when he creates his hierarchy, I just don't believe that it goes in the order in which he says it in. That's it. That's it. That's it. And that's the only thing that I disagree with. My man Eddie Jackson says this is all a game, fellas. Julius here to distract the attention. Despite ignoring him, fellas, this is 2020. Oh my god. Oh goddamn. This is great, man. Anyways, my man Sam One says there's a documentary about how a lot of Caucasian Westerners were going there, getting girls pregnant, and then running back to their countries to their wives and families. There's literally a whole village of children left behind, and apparently they've been doing that for a lot of years. Oh damn. Oh damn. Shout out to my boy Mike G, man. What's going on, man, Mike? I appreciate you coming through. Just don't pay anybody any mind. We're just sharing in a dialogue, bro. We're just having fun. I don't know if you just came in, but yeah, there's a lot going on, man. Yep, Eddie, he is laughing all the way to the bank on this one. For sure, for sure. Let me see. My man Sam One said it was a British-made documentary. I'm not going there. I don't want to get I take full responsibility for my actions always. Malcolm, as you should. My man, Channel 19, my boy Earl Owens. Appreciate y'all coming through. Channel 19. He said, what's the subject here? We were talking about how Filipina's love for black men is conditional. Basically, we were talking about how there is probably likely a higher expectation for us when it comes to dating our Filipino counterparts in reference to the men that are our particular counterparts, Caucasian men, blah, 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 whoop-de-doo. Mike, I hope that you have a blessed trip, my brother, coming through in next month, February, I assume. Like you said, man, I hope that your trip is well. Dude, this was a hell of a stream, man. This was the best way to kick off 2020, bro. I could not have asked for a better live stream, man. I swear I could not. And you guys made it worth it. Even if I appreciate it. So here's what I'm going to do. My boy said that I should probably have made this a video. Dr. Feelgood, what's going on with you? That's also part of the condition as well. When I say being the best version of yourself, that also includes being financially stable too. So yeah. Mike, if you're in the country, man, hit me up in the email. If you got a Facebook or something, man, you can, my email should be listed in the description area. You can email me, man, and maybe we can share a dialogue. And hopefully if I'm in the area where you are, be nice to meet up, man. For sure, for sure. We grab a drink, have good conversation. It'll be awesome. All right, guys. This has been probably one of the better live streams. It could not have gone any better. If you ask me, I think that everybody who came through shared in an opinion. Everybody who had everything to say, who spoke about what they thought to be accurate in reference to relationships with men of different colors, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when I opened up the dialogue, I said one thing and one thing only. A Filipina's love for black men is conditional from my particular perspective because there is a higher expectation from us in the representation of ourselves. Okay? Malcolm, if you're back soon, man, we definitely need to link up. That's all we were doing. We were sharing in the dialogue. We were having topics of conversation. Again, I can't do this channel by myself. I can have my own opinions, but it's only when you guys share in the opinions as well when we can actually do this the right way. So for those that could not catch the live stream, I will chop up the live stream. I'll have the better part of the talking points in this live stream condensed down so that we can actually put it into a live stream. Put it into a video so that anybody who was not able to watch it could just catch in on the key points. All right. So guys, thank you for being a part of the team. Thank you guys for being here. It is 2020, ladies and gentlemen. So salute to all of you guys. Thank you for being here. I got to give you guys my shout outs. I cannot not do that. All right. My man Sam One says, unfortunately, the bad negative things you do overseas reflect upon your entire community. Yes, it does. It does. And that comes from overseas. That comes from being in the country and doing things here. It reflects all over the world because it's almost as if they're going to hear about it. Or what are we going to hear? It's almost that they expect this from us. And that's what I don't want. I want to change that particular narrative. Well, Darren, I appreciate you being a part of the noisy chat, man. People are going to talk what they're going to talk, man. Anyways, Darren, thank you for being here. My boy Sam One, my boy Malcolm, Channel 19, Mike G, my man Dr. Feelgood, my boy Malcolm, as always, Jermaine Noels, Channel 19, always a pleasure, man. Earl Owens, appreciate y'all coming through. Kim Jong Barack, my boy Jermaine Noels, thank you, Mr. Berserk. the man of the hour, Julian himself. Call him a troll if you want to, but the boy got some people and they feel it. James Simeon, appreciate you being here, man. If I missed any of your questions, my bad. I was late to the chat. Anyways, I was late going through the chat. Craig Brown, I appreciate the points that you made too. Doesn't matter your color, be all good, whatever. MD, thank you for being here. James, Tony, my bad if I misconstrued that you were talking to me or talking to somebody else. My bad. Anyways, that's a big I'm sorry from the good doc. Because like I said, I don't like to go in on people if they ain't fucking with me. My boy Charles, appreciate you coming through. My boy Jamal, always a pleasure, man. Shit. Let's see. My boy Tino, always a pleasure, man. My boy Rob, exclusive. I got my boy Rob 100. Appreciate y'all coming through. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. My boy Reggie Dollars in the building. What's good with you, fam? Curtis Pearson, appreciate you being here. Excuse me. If I miss you, yeah, I think I got everybody. Oh, my boy Daniel Tanner, appreciate you coming through, family. Leo Faison. All right, guys, thank you, man. I appreciate y'all being here. Doc had to kick off the live stream with a great one, man. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one just as much as I enjoyed delivering it. This shit was awesome. This shit was fun. We gotta do more of this shit. Curtis, man, thank you, my brother. We gotta do more of this, man. This shit's gotta happen. It's gotta be real. All right. And I appreciate that. I don't want to keep coming up with controversial topics, but hell, man, that's what gets the live stream going. I got to keep you on attention, man. So 2020, we're going to try to come up with some better content for sure. My man Eddie Jackson says, you know, the best way to handle the people of the world, step your game up, fellas. Success is the best answer for losers. Reginald, always a pleasure, man. Malcolm says, what's bad enough for everyone is someone reacting on hurt feelings, which tends to travel like wildfire around the world. Malcolm, agreed, 100%. Eddie Jackson says, successful black man is the epitome of success. The world over, every black man should be making six figures. Eddie Jackson, if you're making six figures, man, let's have that conversation, my dude. Dr. Mike, you handled that dude properly. Happy New Year and a dude decade for sure. Much love to all of you guys. Mike G, Mike Goudreau. We love you, bro. Goudreau. Sorry if I said that wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun, man. I think we need to do more of these. I'm probably going to come back on, not tomorrow night, maybe on Eastern Standard, not tomorrow night, but, you know, Saturday night for you guys. Yeah, it should be Saturday night for you guys, man. Let's keep this energy in 2020, people. I need everybody to be on their P's and Q's because Good Doc's going to deliver, man, 100% of the time. I love you guys. I truly do. In 2020, Doc's going to promise and make this pledge to you that I will bring the best content that I possibly can. I ain't perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I am far from perfect. But you know what? I am who I am, and you motherfuckers fuck with me. And because of that, I love you back. All right? So if you guys haven't seen any of my live streams from the last month, they're about to be deleted. Like I said, this is a new year. It's a whole new month. I normally don't allow my live streams to stay on longer than the month in which they're presented. So if you haven't seen them, they're about to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. It has been real. Let me read these last few comments. Malcolm says, controversial kills the cat. He says, as you see with trolls of all types, said I got you out the mic for sure. We're going to have that conversation. Yep. Salute to all of my people, man. Love you guys. I truly do. 2020 is going to be the best year for the Good Doc, and it's going to be because of you, okay? With that being said, the Good Doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.